Vaishnavi, and today we have Mr. Anuj Narula with us. Hello, Anuj Narula, sir.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I am fine. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for asking.
So, sir, can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us more about the journey in infrastructure and road safety?
Sure. I'm a civil engineer by profession. I started doing a diploma in civil engineering, then I did graduation and then did masters from IIT Kanpur 2006. Uh, I was not a, it was not a conventional journey. It was kind of unconventional because I was a biology student. And later on, due to my father's guidance, I opted for civil engineering, and that's how it started. So from 2006 to 2018, I worked in various Indian and MNCs, which are consultancies in infrastructure. So I majorly worked as a portfolio of highway engineer.
Hmm.
So you can say I left the job at the position of HOD highway in an engineering consultancy in India. Uh, so when I started my own journey of entrepreneurship, so it was definitely it was initially tough, but due to a good number of years of experience and overall exposure to the market, we started humbly with our own basement at the residential house. So from there, in between, Corona happened in 2019. We just started in 2018. So we, instead of having a good setback, we actually, you can say, got good benefit out of that period because road construction was still on government's focus, and we got good opportunities even staying at home because at that time nobody was thinking about bothering about that whether you run our project design from office or from home. So that was a kind of good benefit out of that situation for us. So since then, now it's been 7, 8 years. We are more than 50 people. We are stationed at Gurgaon. We also have a office in Jaipur. So this company basically named Tech Hub Engineering and Advisory Private Limited. It is intended and it is visioned to deliver the highway, railway, all sort of infrastructure projects, highways, railways, metro, water, tunnels. So it is intended to create good, sound, and safe designs for these projects and to provide that to the stakeholders who are going to construct that. So our overall presence in terms of projects is now all over India. So I think out of 29 states now, we have worked in more than, I think, 27 states all over India. So famous highways which are known to the common people, expressways like Delhi Mumbai Expressway, we have worked upon some part of on that also. The very new express which is about to open, Delhi Dehradun, we have worked in that also. So this is a brief of our journey.
Okay. So, as you told us, your father guided you. So, was your father your inspiration? So, inspiration to choose highways and large scale infrastructure as your core focus?
Yes, I mean you can say that because he had been a civil engineer. He retired as a irrigation engineer in Rajasthan. Very, you can say, I was in my childhood. So he used to take me on his bike and visit his projects, what he has constructed. Many big projects of bridges and then water structures. So I used to think as a kid that how can few humans can create such large structures? I mean, how a human ability is so much that they can create such large structures that it can affect the society and public. And that basically created curiosity as a kid under me, inside me. And later on, when I chose the path of biology, he was not very much convinced, and I was also not very firm about it, but it was out of my affection towards my grandfather. He wanted me to be a doctor. So when my father told me that you would be better doing as an engineer, especially civil engineer, then I blindly went with his thought process and his vision. At that time, civil engineering was not at its best in India. It was a downfall, and he was in opinion that the golden time of civil engineering will come again in few years. And I think that has actually worked, and the infrastructure boom, what we can see in the industry now in last few years, that is the same thing he was talking about at that time. So he, yes, definitely he has been not just inspiration, he has been the uh, executing uh, uh, executing mentor for me uh, towards starting this journey.
Okay, so you have like over 20 plus years of experience, right?
Yeah.
So with over 20 plus years of experience, what have been the most defining moments in your career?
Like I said, we have done numerous projects. I think more than 100 highway projects we have designed. Uh, and definitely each project has a different story, different significance. Some are very close to the urban areas, some are in rural areas, some are in forests. Similarly, some are in hills. So every project has a different story, but yes, few of the cases which has been very close to my heart and which has actually which has left a lasting imprint on my mindset. So one of the project in Rajasthan, it was 200 kilometer we were doing, and the project was going through the agriculture fields of farmers. Government has already, you can say, purchased that particular part of land, and they had no choice of registering the. They had no choice of giving their land and not registering to the government. But whenever we get the land, we get in a strip, say 30 to 40 meter, 50-meter strip, and we have to design our alignment within that strip. Now, within that strip, definitely you have some flexibility to change your alignment. So there was a famous tree of 5 to 400 years old mango tree in that village in Rajasthan. And few people came to us when we were on the site visit that, sir, this is very holy tree and we all have very faith in it. We know that this part has been now taken by the government. But is there any chance if you can save this and highway can be just beside this? So I was actually very much touched that, I mean, these are small, small things. The people for whom we are making highways, and sometimes we are not able to take care of their own emotions. So we did some efforts. We convinced the counterpart of government for that, and we changed the alignment such a way that that tree is still on the edge of that highway. And it was such a satisfactory moment to save that tree and still have the highway going through that. Because now, when I know about that particular highway, people used to stay there for hours and hours for relaxing and then maybe having a small picnic with the families while going through that highway. So instead of, you can say, a burden, it has been an asset to the highway. So that was one of the very close to my heart case study. Another was in Rishikesh. So at the entry of Rishikesh, when we go from Delhi, there was a location where you can say one junction was intersection was planned, but it was planned with a roundabout or rotary. So as it was a very steep gradient, so one night some truck came at very high speed and through that rotary it could not see very well, and the truck was overturned and it went directly into the valley. So and with that episode, government asked for a road safety audit of that particular location, and I was involved in that. So when I went there, we could see the problems there because there was a high speed and down gradient. So that's why a truck was at very high speed and it could not see the roundabout. Location was narrow, still roundabout was given. So we immediately proposed to remove the roundabout. Instead of that, we just proposed to have a small junction with a Mumti with the traffic cop there. And Also, we introduced one thing which is now been very popular. It was not that popular at that time, maybe 2014, 15, I'm talking, which is called speed table. This is very much you can see in Connaught Place or Delhi Aero City. This is a raised area, uh, 10 to 15 centimeter. So whenever a vehicle coming at speed, it is not a speed breaker. It is a speed table. So vehicle get a good base, flat base. So it gets slowed down, but it is not jerked. And then after that, the speed of the vehicle is reduced. So with that provision on all the three, four sides of that, the junction was made safe. Later on, I just connected with someone local there that the accidents which are happening like almost 3 to 4 accidents per month at that location. So I just asked him what is the scenario now. So he said that now it is almost like one accident 6 months or something. So it was such a relief to know that
Yes.
somehow, I mean, in a hidden way only. I mean, we are not very much, you can say, known to the people that who has done that. But in a hidden way, if you have done something which is affecting the life of people, it is very satisfying moment.
Exactly. So as we are talking about roads and trees, so you can tell me about like what are the concept of green roads?
Okay, green roads in terms of infrastructure is actually uh, something which is contributing well to the environment, which is environmental friendly and which is reducing the carbon emission. So the roads which has, you can say, um, uh, which has more of solar panels, solar lights, which are made by the materials like geotextile, and less use of the stones which are dug from the hills, less use of the sand which is dug from the rivers. So these natural resources, if you are saving, definitely you are reducing the carbon emission, right? So there are so many other technologies also there, but in general, if you talk, then green roads which are environmental friendly.
Okay, so specifically environmental friendly are green roads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what led you to establish the Tech Hub Engineering and Advisory and what gap we are aiming to fill?
Like we just discussed green roads, the Indian infrastructure is still going through a phase where innovation is just being recognized, started being recognized. In comparison to European countries and other, you can say Asian countries also, Singapore, Dubai. So their innovations has adopted way. There may be a resistance of mindset or maybe resources, government administration, whatever. But innovations are not been very much encouraged till now in India. And I think the engineers are the people who has, you can say, much role in implementation of those innovations, because researchers used to introduce innovation to the world, but engineers has to implement it. Now, when I could see that there are so many things which can be done through innovation, where we can make it environmental friendly, safe, and very sound roads, why it's not been done? So instead of cursing everyone, I thought that let's we start in that way, and that was the idea behind Tech Hub Engineering. And also, what I understand that in India, many complicated highways are still, you can say, being designed by external or abroad consultancies. So, what I believe that Indian engineers are the best minds in the world. The only thing they don't get the environment to pursue their ideas. So I felt that we should ourselves kind of make in India, implement our ideas, and then also design the most complicated highways of India. So that was the reason of establishing.
Okay, so how does it feel being recognized as Haryana's top 10 best startup 2024? What do you think your firm sets you apart?
uh, I think apart from the work, what we do in routine on daily basis, what matters most is that your team is happy and your team want to uh, work towards your vision. And what I believe that the culture is the prime most thing in any company. If you can establish a culture where everyone is ready to support each other, working towards the noble idea, then you don't need to create too many rules and laws for them, because it's inherited in the culture of the company. So I think while contributing towards nation building through infrastructure designs, uh, we have tried to inculcate a sense of pride in our team. And that sense of pride you can see while talking to each and every single person here in our company, and that I guess has given a uh, uh, great culture and great boost up to be among the top 10 best startups of Haryana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from your experience, what are the most common challenges in the road safety and highway designs today?
The top three challenges, what I understand in road safety and highway designs, one that I think we are still not wired to sense the urgency or the importance of road safety. I mean, road safety has killed more than even the corona people in that even the year 2020. But still, we consider as the corona as the biggest epidemic in that year, right? So, I mean, we assume that ठीक है road है accident तो होंगे ही. So that kind of mindset that it will be like that only, that is the problem. And that's why one is mindset, another is the executing agencies like contractors. Similarly, they are not wired to take care of road safety. They consider that as a burden. Even 0.5% or 1% cost addition to whatever they are constructing can enhance the road safety by 10 times. But they consider that particular value as a burden. So that is the second problem, what I understand. And third is definitely the industry, the government, the contractors, they are not, you can say, paying well enough to the road safety experts so that they can, along with the pursuing their passion, they can also live their life in a sustainable manner. So these are
Okay.
prime three problems.
So you have been in a really good leadership position now, right? So what leadership lessons you have learned while managing teams and large projects?
I think large projects has problems and ups and downs involved during their design. So any project of infra goes for 2 to 3 years. So you have to set associate with your stakeholders for 2 to 3 years. Now the problems are, some problems are of daily basis, some problems of monthly, and some problems of long term, say 5 6 month, 1 year, 2 year kind of. So the resilience and patience becomes really important, because anytime under pressure you can buckle or you can bend down. So but that may basically relieve you for some part of time, but later on you realize that if you could have handled that problem in a more patient way, then you could go through it very well, and the problem could be resolved in a good manner. So what I understand that not everyone will have that kind of patience and vision. So you need to meet the people where they are. You cannot expect them to be like you, or you cannot expect them to be a great communicator, great leader. So you need to identify the strength of people, then appreciate, encourage, and let them work towards that more, and also the limitations of people, and then do not glorify those limitations. Rather, we can sit, discuss, and maybe we can work towards uh, those problems not taking the main seat. Yeah.
Okay. So you have worked across highways, railways, metros, and airports. How important is integrated planning and infrastructure projects?
It is extremely important because it is almost like a body, and when we see something, then we act through our hands, mouth. So it's a integrated action what we used to do through our body. Similarly, infrastructure is something which works in a best way when it is integrated very well. So many times you see that if some metro project is planned, and some major pipeline is already crossing in that location, or some you can say some electric power station was planned in that area. So um, it is always better to have prevention than cure later, especially in infrastructure, because it will later on cost a lot of money, energy, and time as well. So that's why integration is extremely important, and I think gradually government has now started working on it. There is a platform called Gati Shakti by Government of India, and Gati Shakti has now taken initiative of integrating all kind of infrastructure domains on one single platform, so that you can see the whole picture in one go and understand the conflict points. So integration is extremely important.
Yes, exactly. So as we are talking about integrated planning, so what's your point of view on Mira Bhayandar controversy flyover? Yes.
What I understand that it has been much hyped due to some wrong reasons. Uh, I won't say that not all the highways are designed like that, or every highway is designed like that. But point is, maybe some problem in designing, planning, or execution is there. There are many highways we are also designing where you have to go from 4 lane to 2 lane, and then again 2 lane to 4 lane. But there are IRC codes and provisions and clauses which explicitly mention how to go about it. There is a rate of taper that you have to go from 2 lane to 4 lane. If you follow that rate of taper, there is no surprises for the users, and those are explicitly mentioned in the IRC codes. So the now when I see that particular flyover, what I see that the conspicuity of that highway, way we see that particular section is not been built well. That means that that section of sudden change, that could be designed in a better way. There could be given proper marking, proper barriers, so that the traffic is channelized in a gradual way. I understand there are concerns, there are budget problems, and there are many other reasons that you cannot create a 4 lane highway everywhere. So you need to do some restriction on the lane, but that has to be designed properly and then executed as well properly.
So as an engineer, civil engineer, skills are very much required, right? So why
Yeah.
are skill development and practical training are crucial for young engineers?
Oh, okay. Here, I would just like to tell that we all know that India is producing the maximum number of engineers all over the world. But the effectiveness of the engineers is not at number one position. I mean, if Japan is producing 1/10 of in comparison to engineers, uh, 80 to 90% of their engineers are very effective and skilled. And if we are producing 10 times more than that, only even then only 10 to 20% are effective, passionate, and very much skilled for the job. So skill development is extremely important. I mean, it is only academic study cannot help you to deliver a risky project in a good manner. You need to understand the practical concern, the you need to learn the communication to convince the authorities to not pursue the wrong things and to pursue the right things. So if you are doing right but you cannot convince the authorities, then it has no value. So you also need to understand and learn the communication skill. So technical skills and then soft skills, these both are equally important, so that we can actually create a sustainable development.
Okay, so talking of the skills and educational skills as well, you are pursuing PhD at IIT Patna. So what motivated you to pursue PhD at this stage of your career?
Yeah, it's my families are also asking me this question many times, and my friends are saying that you have been mad. So, uh, but it has a very interesting story behind it. So, my guide and my professor in IIT Kanpur, when I did masters from there, Dr. Amit Prashant, he is now a very prominent position in IIT Gandhinagar. So when I did my masters, he also offered me to continue with PhD. And I was like, I'm tired. I can't do anything else. I just want to go to industry. And few days after going in industry, I called him that I just want to do PhD. So he's a very wise person, and his advices are damn to the point. So he just asked me, just answer me one thing. The decision of coming back to PhD is out of frustration or out of growth. So he said that be honest in your answer. So I said that, okay, sir, this time definitely it's out of frustration only because I'm frustrated from the industry and I just want to pursue PhD. So he said that I'm not going to take you for PhD because the frustration what you have built there is now being the part of your character. And I cannot ask a person to do passionately research who is frustrated inside. So, so he said that one day will come when you will have an inner call for research because research is I mean, such a deep subject that you cannot go half-hearted into it. So he said that one day will come and you will realize that you actually now need to go for PhD. Fortunately, that day came after 20 years. Now I feel like going for it because many of you might have also seen that many of highways in Himachal and Uttarakhand has last year devastated due to cloudburst. So more landslides are happening every year, and this was my subject also in master. So I wanted to continue on this so that we can actually create some good solutions and provide to the government. At least we can do our bit. Rest of the things are not in our hands. So at this point of time, I realized that I should go more into it so that I can feel more authentic about it and give the right solutions. So that is the reason.
Okay. Sir, you are at a very good leadership position. You are successful. So, what advice would you like to give the young engineers who want to be like you?
I think I have heard something way back, and it actually really struck my mind. And that was either you should do what you love or you should love what you do. So most of the people, especially youngsters nowadays, finding something which they love. But fortunately or unfortunately, very less people get to work what they love. Now, you cannot think of your life as a failure if you cannot get the work what you love, because life will not be as per your planning, it will be as per the God's plan. But if you can change your attitude for doing whatever you do and you can love that, so that is the best thing you can do with your life.
Yes, exactly.
So if you start feeling sense of pride in the work you are doing, whatever work you have been doing, then the life makes more sense to you. So my only advice to young engineers is that, I mean, don't chase something which may not be always available to you. Rather, uh, change your approach and perspective and attitude so that whatever you work upon, you work with excellence and passion.
Okay. So, in this 20 plus years of your journey, what do you think was the most rewarding part of your career?
Okay. I think overall, as a whole, though, as a whole, I would say that I was fortunate enough that this road infrastructure boom came when I just started my journey, and it went to the peak. It is going through the peak now. When I was young and I could also um, I could also build some connections and a good team here. So I got the maximum chance of utilizing this uh, infrastructure boom. Still, few of the moments which were the most rewarding who are using the road infra. when you get to know their emotion, when you feel that they are feeling extremely satisfied of having a road beside, and then you are saving some of the lives which they don't know who is saving, and you also don't know to of whom life you have saved. That also give a lot of satisfaction that somehow, if you are not doing philanthropic work in regular life, through your work you are able to do something. So I think these things matter a lot. I mean, in some or other way, but few of the people are luckiest who get the chance by God to work, which actually directly affect the life of people.
Yes, exactly. So we are diving into the last part of the interview, which is rapid fire question. So I will
Okay.
be asking you few questions. So you need to
Hmm.
answer that in single word or in a line. Okay. So one word that best describes your leadership.
Clarity with passion.
Okay. So design quality or execution speed.
Optimum path.
Teaching or consulting.
Hand in hand
One
together.
habit that keeps you consistent.
Reading and reading and reading.
One road safety rule that everyone should follow.
Not just read the message on the road, absorb that message.
Okay. So that's it for the podcast interview.